Alright, hello once again. This is Jeff Scott of Rankin Technical College. And oh boy, quite a few months ago I started doing some video presentations based on the book that you see in front of you. That book being Muroc C# 2015. Well, this was in about July, and now it's November. So about 4 months have passed. And I stopped doing the lectures, and the reason I did is I thought we were getting a new Muroc book for the newest Muroc C# 8.0. Well, that book is coming out, but unfortunately not until sometime in mid-2020. So I'm back. I'm doing these presentations, and I will tell you, so far I've done Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and most of Chapter 10. But I'm going to actually jump into Chapter 11, talking about debugging. Alright, I'm going to do that right now. So again, the class is AWD1100. I believe it's C# Programming Fundamentals or something like that. And you saw the book that we're using. So I'm going to jump in here. Chapter 11 is a fairly short chapter, and it is on how to debug an application. So let's take a look at some of the stuff, at least, that's in here. I'm trying to keep these presentations down to around 15 minutes or so it may take more than one. Alright, use the debugging techniques presented in this chapter to debug any unhandled exceptions or logical errors in the applications you develop. Describe the differences between the 3-step commands that you can use to control application execution. Describe the primary differences between the autos window, the locals window, and the watch window. Describe the use of the immediate window. Describe the call stack that's displayed in the call stack window. Explain how to use the console class to display information in the output window. Alright, so first thing is, this is the options dialog box. So if I go in and start myself up, and I'm working with Visual Studio 2019 Community Edition, but if I walk in and we'll start a new project. Now I've been doing some ASP.NET stuff, so this is going to change a little, but I can come in here and kind of funnel down. Alright, so I can come in here and type in C#, and you can see how that'll change this. And let's see. Well, I was going to do a C# console application. So let's see if we can find that in here. Alright, then let's look at, here's console app.NET framework, C#. That should work. So, we're going to just call this debug testing. Kind of a stupid name, but it'll work just fine. Create. All right. So what I'm trying to show you, though, is if I come down to Tools, Options, all right, this is what you see, and what we saw here, okay, trying to get these both on the screen at once, and it is possible to do this. So let me cut this down. Hopefully what you can see as we start taking a look here is pretty much this will be the same thing. Alright, knock that down a little bit. There we go. Alright. Now, is it going to look the same? We're not at exactly the same place in here, but the options, etc. are the same. So we've got environment general. All right, here we've got debugging general. All right, then let's go to that. There's debugging and there's general. All right, so now what you should notice is pretty much this will be the same thing. Again, over time, as you probably know, the verbiage, etc. in this stuff changes. This book here was 2015, And really, I think it pretty much used Visual Studio 2013. Since then, we've had 2015 and now 2019. All right. So, you might be like, well, who cares? There is an extensive debugging facility that is built into Visual Studio. All right. And that's what this chapter will start talking about. So, let's look at this. Here is the exception settings window. Now, who cares? Well, remember, we talked about this in an earlier chapter. I think it was chapter 7. Exceptions are exceptions to the rules, so they're abnormal things that happen in your program. All right? So, notice it says this, I believe, has chosen all of them. Common language runtime exceptions. So, why? All right? Well, here's an example, argument out of range exception. So let's say that you created a variable of type byte, B-Y-T-E, which by default I believe has a range from -128 to +127. And let's just say you gave that byte variable a value of 500. Well, that would be your argument out of range, all right, as an example. Now, this is a future value thing here, all right? And notice system format exception. Well, let's see if we can generate one of these ourselves, all right? I'm not going to be using their example per se, but I'm going to come in here and I'm going to say this. Let's see. Let's see if I can do what I just told you. Byte age equals, in fact, we'll just say byte age. All right. System dot out dot. I got to come in here and I've got to add using system dot. Oh boy, it's been a while. System dot. Well, we won't even use it. I don't remember what it is. It's been a while. So let's say this. Oh, using system dot console? No. System, it's dot something dot console. All right. Console class. Okay, I guess I can just say that if I want to, just using system. We've got that. So we can put in here console dot write line. Please enter your age. Okay? And we're going to say here age equal console dot read line. All right. Let's see, age equal console. Yeah, that's a string, so we'll have to convert it. How about this? We'll do. I'm doing this all off the top of my head, and I'm sure it shows. String age str equals, and we'll put nothing there. So age str equals that. So now that's okay. All right, and byte equal, not byte, I'm sorry, age equal convert dot to byte age str. Hopefully that won't give me any errors, so let's look. Okay, and then we'll say this. We'll say console dot write line The age entered was age. Alright, and I'm going to come in here and just do another read line so it doesn't disappear on me. And I'm going to put this into an infinite loop. You'll see why in a minute. While 1 equal 1. And let's move all this down. There. Alright, now why am I getting an error here? Read line does not exist in the current. Because it's console.readline. Alright. Now, I'm going to come in here and I'm going to run this. And what you will notice, okay, please enter your age. In fact, I'm stopping this. I'm just going to make this a right. I'm going to make this as pretty as I can. Alright. So, please enter your age. I'm 63. The age entered was 63. Looks good. Please enter your age. 44. The age entered was 44. Looks good. Please enter your age. 127. The age entered was 127. Good. How about, will it take 128? It did. So it may not take a negative number. Byte, I may have been wrong on the range. It may be 0 to 255. So let's put 256 in there. And notice what we get. This is called an overflow exception. I refer to it as trying to shove 10 pounds worth into a 5-pound bag. The real problem there was I had a field that had a range from 0 to 256 or 255. I guess it was 256. And I put in a number bigger than that. So when you look down here, notice what it says. The value is either too large or too small for an unsigned byte. All right? So the string I tried to put in was 256. So it tried, it did what it could, but it wasn't able to handle it. Now let's just stop the run and start the run again. Let's see if we can generate a different kind of error. It's asking for age. I'm just hitting enter here. All right. Now notice we get a system format exception. The input string was not in the correct format. It was expecting a number, and I gave it a blank space. That is just the same as if you asked the age and I said, I don't know. I'll get another system format exception. Because in both of the last two cases, the system was expecting something in one format, and I gave it in another format. All right. So let's take a look here. So this is an example. They use this future value method, which is just totally fine. So when we did this, we were in break mode. So notice 4 ways to enter break mode. I'm just going to mention these and then we're going to stop and I'll pick it up in the next video. Force an unhandled exception to be thrown. That's what I did. Set a breakpoint and run the application. Well, I can put a breakpoint almost anywhere I want in the program. All right, but let's put it right there. So I'm going to click in what's called the gutter area. That's this gray area that's over here. When I click, you can see it turns red. So this should stop right here. Let's see if we can get the program to not break. So I'm going to put in hello. All right. And what happened was I am now right here. So notice age is 0, and that's hello. So it let me put in hello, and it is trying to go in and convert hello, which is a string, to age, which is a byte. If I tell it to continue, I'm going to get my error again. But the point is, I can go in here, and I can create what's called a breakpoint to make the system literally break at a certain place. All right? I can choose the debug step into command or press F11 to run my program a line at a time. Let's look at that. Again, we're going to stop in just a minute. So F11. All right, now I'm just going to start pressing F11. Notice what's happening. It's going through my program. All right, there we go. Again, I'll put hello in there. Hit enter. All right, and I'm going to keep coming in here and pressing F11. And it's showing me that that's the line. Indeed, that is the line that caused the program to blow up. It was expecting A, and I gave it B, for lack of better words. All right. You can also choose the debug break all command or Control-Alt-Break if your application is running. So let's stop right here. I will pick it up in just a minute. All right, where this data tip is being displayed. I'll come back with that in just a moment.